Gentlemen and ladies, we gather today in a world divided, a world poised precariously on the brink of, well, let us not dwell on the unthinkable. Instead, let us turn our minds to enduring questions, questions that have preoccupied humankind since the dawn of civilization, and that have taken on a renewed urgency in this, our atomic age. I speak, of course, of the principles of government. In this series of lectures, we shall examine the work of a largely forgotten American theorist, Nathaniel Chipman, whose sketches of the principles of government, published in 1793, offers, I believe, a profound and surprisingly relevant framework for understanding the challenges we face today. Chipman, writing in the aftermath of one revolution and on the cusp of another, sought to identify the fundamental laws that govern human society, laws as immutable, he believed, as those governing the physical universe. Chipman's project, you see, was a direct challenge to prevailing theories of his time, and, I dare say, of our own. He begins by dismantling the romantic notion, propagated by certain continental philosophers, that man is somehow naturally good, and that it is only civilization with its institutions and its governments that corrupts him. This noble savage myth, as appealing as it may be to some, is, in Chipman's view, utterly divorced from reality. He argues, and I concur, that government is not a necessary evil, a constraint imposed upon us by our own wickedness. Rather, it is a positive good, an essential instrument for human flourishing, arising from our very nature as social beings. Nor should we be swayed by those who propose that humanity is perfectible, and will reach an age of pure reason. But neither, gentlemen, should we accept the equally pernicious doctrine, currently fashionable in certain Eastern circles, that government is merely a tool of oppression, a means by which one class exploits another. This view, with its emphasis on conflict and its utopian vision of a stateless society, is, in my estimation, equally dangerous and equally unfounded. There is also the matter of Locke and others, who have said that we must give up a portion of our natural rights and liberty. This can be interpreted as man being only partially suited for a civilized society. It is proposed in the following work to inquire whether man is, by the constitution and laws of his nature, fitted for society. Chipman's purpose, then, is to demonstrate that government is not an artificial construct, but a natural outgrowth of human nature. He seeks to identify the principles upon which a just and effective government must be founded, principles derived not from tradition, not from divine revelation, and certainly not from the barrel of a gun, but from reason and the laws of nature. He asks, are we compelled to form societies solely because of our inherent wickedness, as some claim, or is there a deeper, more positive force at work? Can we, through careful observation and rational analysis, discover the principles that lead to human happiness and social harmony? And perhaps most crucially, can we design a system of government that protects our natural rights rather than diminishing them? Is government a necessary evil or a positive good? What are the laws of nature that govern human society? Can government enhance rather than restrict natural rights? Now, you might be asking yourselves, why should we, in this year of 1953, concern ourselves with the musings of a long-dead American jurist? The answer, gentlemen, is that the questions Chipman grappled with are eternal questions. They are as relevant today, in this age of atomic anxieties and ideological conflict, as they were in the age of revolutions. We are engaged in a global struggle, a struggle not just for military or economic dominance, but for the very soul of mankind. On one side, we have the forces of totalitarianism, which deny individual liberty and subordinate the individual to the collective. On the other, we have the ideals of freedom and democracy enshrined in the American Constitution and, I would argue, foreshadowed in the writings of Nathaniel Chipman. The stakes, gentlemen, could not be higher. If we are to prevail in this struggle, if we are to build a world that is both free and secure, we must understand the fundamental principles of just governance. We must learn from the past, adapt to the present, and prepare for the future, a future that I suspect will hold challenges and opportunities beyond our current comprehension. In our next lecture, we shall delve into Chipman's specific articulation of these principles, beginning with his groundbreaking analysis of natural rights. We shall see how he both builds upon and departs from the prevailing theories of his time, and how his insights might illuminate our own path forward in this increasingly perilous yet undeniably exhilarating age.